Travel Adventures with Marilyn and Craig. While researching YouTube on places to travel and things to see, we found some interesting sites. But the information about those locations and what to do once you get there was always a little limited.
I love to take pictures.
And I love shooting video.
And we both love to travel.
So what could be better than to share our travel adventures on YouTube for those of you that want to learn from our experiences? Gibraltar, referred by many as the Rock of Gibraltar or just the Rock. Originally a British colony, it stands like a guard overlooking the mouth of the Mediterranean Sea, with Europe on one side and Africa on the other. The Rock is truly a strategic military location and has played major roles in wars throughout the centuries, including World War II. Gibraltar was the inspiration for the 1961 blockbuster movie The Guns of Navarone, with David Niven, Gregory Peck, and Anthony Quinn. Today, Gibraltar is a tourist mecca and hosts several cruise ships a week. On this travel adventure, Marilyn and I arrived on the Emerald Princess with 3,000 of our closest, newest friends, and we were like ants on honey all over that rock. The cruise line offers a variety of tours, but we really had no idea what to do because the tours were confusing and bundled, some good attractions with others that were less popular. We decided that we would go for the least expensive and the most flexible option. We simply took the cable car from downtown Gibraltar to the top of the rock. This gave us the best view of the whole city and into Spain. After breathing in the breathtaking view, we decided to walk down the rock and not take the cable car back down. Little did we know that this decision would take us to most of the best attractions in Gibraltar. The walk down the rock takes you through the Gibraltar Nature Preserve. There is a €5 charge to walk through the Nature Preserve. This includes going to the Ape's Den and the O'Hara 100-ton gun battery. To go to the St. Michael's Caves, the Siege Tunnels, the World War II tunnels, and the Moorish Castle, there is a €17 fee that will give you admission to all 4 of these attractions. The Ape's Den is where you'll find the famous Gibraltar monkeys. They're virtually everywhere. The legend says that as long as the monkeys live on the rock, Gibraltar will belong to the United Kingdom. From what I observed, Gibraltar will be British for centuries to come. The cable car starts in the middle of town and costs €13.50 for a short, scenic 6-minute ride to the very highest point of the rock. Once you get to the top, you are sometimes greeted by some more agile residents. Be careful, they love to take cameras, jewelry, food, and shiny objects. From the summit, you have a commanding view of all Gibraltar, looking into Spain, and on a clear day, you can look all the way across the 8.9-mile straits from Gibraltar to Africa. A walk down the Rock through the Gibraltar Nature Preserve will give you a variety of sights and attractions to see. But you can see the same attractions by hiring a taxi at the city center. The first and most popular stop is the Apes' Den, where a steady stream of taxis and vans bring tourists to visit and play with the monkeys. You're not supposed to feed the monkeys, but many of the cab drivers give them treats so that they will pose with the tourists. The monkey families and the babies are cute, and the moms and dads are proud to show them off, but don't get too close. Remember, they are wild animals and unpredictable. While they are popular and playful, the monkeys will jump on you, they'll pose with you, they'll bite you, and even poop on you. But watching the monkeys is a must-see while in Gibraltar. The 100-ton guns was the next sight. You will have to walk up to the O'Hara's Battery, where these two huge guns have a commanding view of the Mediterranean Sea. I was amazed to find that a single round weighs 380 pounds, and the range of the gun is over 5.5 miles. The next attraction is the St. Michael's Caves. While I decided not to go into the caves, I was told that I missed one of the best attractions on the Rock. I guess I screwed up. And if you go to Gibraltar, make sure you go to the St. Michael's Caves. Our next stop was the Great Siege Tunnel that dates back to 1779, when Spain attempted to take the Rock back from Great Britain. The siege tunnels are a great attraction and will give you a real feeling of what it took to defend the British colony from nearby Spain for almost 4 years of siege.
Halt! Who goes there?
The tunnels were built into the rock with cannons that were trained on Spain from high above. Spain was never able to reclaim Gibraltar as its territory. By World War II, Gibraltar was a key location to control military shipping from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean. In 1943, during World War II, there were 34 miles of tunnel added to the fortifications of the Rock, bringing to a total of 55 miles of tunnels. There are still tunnels that are in use today and not open for tourism. The final attraction on the walk down to the city center was the Moorish Castle, a medieval fortress that was used as a prison until 2010. The cost to go into these attractions is €17 and will allow you to go into all 4 of the major attractions: the St. Michael's Caves, the Siege Tunnel, the World War II tunnels, and the Moorish Castle. By the time you've walked all the way to the bottom and the city center, you will have walked about 6 miles. It's a workout, but it's well worth it. The final stop is a stroll to the city center and one of Maryland's favorite places. The main street is a pedestrian mall with hundreds of shops, restaurants, and pubs. It's a little like downtown London. In closing, I love Gibraltar. This visit only whet our appetite for Gibraltar, and I hope to return to the Rock again in another travel adventure with Marilyn and Craig. As usual, Marilyn took some great pictures of Gibraltar. Here are a few.